The silence wasn't just a sound anymore. It was a living thing. It pressed against your ears like water, thick and heavy, as you moved through a world locked in midnight. Every clock you passed still read 12 o'clock. Every person you saw was a living statue, eyes mid-blink, mouths half-formed into words they would never finish. You've been walking for hours, but you hadn't aged a second. The cold air stayed exactly the same, the sky pinned black above you, stars glinting like glass. At first, the stillness was a playground. You wandered through empty streets, slipped into stores, touched priceless art you'd only ever seen behind glass. You could scream and no one would hear. You could run and no one would stop you. But by the third day of a night that never ended, you noticed something different. A faint sound, a shuffle, somewhere behind you. You turned, hard hammering, but nothing had changed. The world was still frozen, the people still locked mid-step. You started walking faster, and then you saw it, a shadow between the streetlights. It moved. It wasn't a person. It was more like a silhouette of smoke in the shape of a man, flickering and blurring at the edges, but moving like you were. It stood in the center of the street, head tilted at an unnatural angle, as if it were studying you. You stepped back, and it stepped forward. Your breath caught. For the first time since the world froze, the silence broke. A voice, low and distorted, whispered from nowhere and everywhere, "You shouldn't be awake." You ran. The streets blurred as you darted past cars and frozen bodies. The shadow followed, gliding rather than running, slipping through the cracks between seconds. You ducked into a convenience store, pushing through a door that should have been locked in time but somehow swung open for you. Inside, a man stood mid-step, frozen as he reached for a can of soda. You hid behind the counter, heart pounding so loud it seemed to echo off the frozen shelves. The voice came again, closer this time. "This isn't your world anymore." You peeked over the counter. The shadow was standing at the doorway, but now there were more of them. 3, 5, their shapes flickering like dying flames. One of them raised a hand. The frozen air cracked, and the clock above the register flicked to 12:01 for the first time since the world had stopped. Time wasn't frozen anymore, but it wasn't moving normally either. Your hand trembled as you realized the truth. The world hadn't frozen by accident. It had been stopped, held, contained, and you weren't alone.